Atishi, the new chief minister, addressing her first press conference after her name was announced. Somber there, saying, please don't congratulate me, don't garland me, because this is a somber, sad moment that Arvind Kejriwal had to quit. Also reinstating that there is only one chief minister where Delhi is concerned, and that is Arvind Kejriwal, and she's just going to fulfill the destiny of Arvind Kejriwal and bring him back to where he deserves as the Delhi Chief Minister. There is an attempt, if you politically read this, viewers, where the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, desperately to take the spotlight away from a newly minted Chief Minister, Atishi, make it all about Arvind Kejriwal. This is now going to be a war of perception. The Aam Aadmi Party, including the new Chief Minister, Atishi, and the entire might of the party, will do what it takes to personalize this election in favor of Arvind Kejriwal. Fight it not on the pitch of anti-incumbency, but on an emotional pitch, where questions of Bijli Pani might be there, where questions of graft charges might be there. But the biggest point that the Aam Aadmi Party would want to make is, and the question they'll want to bring this election down to, is should Arvind Kejriwal come back as Chief Minister? To personalize it, to make it emotional, it's also hugely risky for the Aam Aadmi Party to once again put the spotlight on only one leader, who is Arvind Kejriwal. And that at a time where one would suggest that the party is at its lowest ebb in terms of perception, post Lok Sabha beating, what went down not just in Delhi, even in the state of Punjab. But this is also a sense of opportunity for Arvind Kejriwal to rebuild his political outfit. And once again, let me reiterate, not just in Delhi, but also in the bordering state of Punjab, because there were alarm bells for the Aam Aadmi Party when during the Lok Sabha elections, even though the Aam Aadmi Party was in power, the Congress actually got way more Lok Sabha seats than the party. So lots of recalibration, reworking where the party is concerned, and Arvind Kejriwal understands it best. He's done it before, he did it in 2013, but the entire political landscape is very different, and this time he's also burdened with 10 years of anti-incumbency. Amit Bhardwaj, who's joining us right now. Amit, the Aam Aadmi Party is now going to keep the announcement very somber, no celebration. Like even Atishi said, it's not that she's taking over as CM. There are no congratulations in order. Work will go about in its own business. And what's the game plan? Ultimately, to draw attention back to Arvind Kejriwal, personalize this election in the name of only one leader.
Right, Preeti, you know, everything that you are seeing unfolding the way Atishi's name was proposed to the this point where Atishi herself announced that please don't give me congratulatory messages, don't garland me wherever I'm going, because that's a process in the political system as well. Whenever one gets elected as minister, picked up as minister or chief minister, there's a lot of celebration in their respective caste blocks, in their respective constituencies. So in this particular case, the Aam Aadmi Party is making sure that the entire focus stays on Arvind Kejriwal and on Arvind Kejriwal's sacrifice, because that's what Aam Aadmi Party is calling it. They are calling it a sacrifice of Arvind Kejriwal, while the BJP, the Congress will call out this entire development. You know, you already have BJP trying to dub this as a dummy CM being put in the office of the Delhi Chief Minister. But obviously, the Aam Aadmi Party's strategy is pretty clear at this point in time. The focus should be on Arvind Kejriwal, his sacrifice, quote unquote, as well as to how he's going to rebuild the organization in the national capital and elsewhere, as you were mentioning as well. And this is also a part of that bigger strategy, Preeti, that the messaging should not be that, you know, somebody else has become the chief minister of the national capital. Rather, the messaging should be that whoever has taken over the chief minister's office in the national capital is a temporary chief minister. a caretaker chief minister, and that Arvind Kejriwal will return to the office of the chief minister as and when elections happen, and that Arvind Kejriwal is seeking his re-election from his electorate if he has worked for the people of Delhi and if they think that he is imandar. And that's the narrative that Aam Aadmi Party is making sure from day one when Arvind Kejriwal announced his resignation on Sunday. In every messaging by AAP netas, be it the debates, panel discussions, Twitter, media interviews, everywhere they have been constantly reiterating that as part of the communication strategy of the Aam Aadmi Party to tell that Arvind Kejriwal has gone from the Chief Minister's office for a very brief period in time until the elections happen, and that he wants the people of Delhi to re-elect him, and that is why everything is being strategized accordingly. The messaging is being done accordingly. You have Atishi stepping out of the Chief Minister's house, Six Flagstaff Marg, trying to give an emotional and emotive speech that she's sad that Arvind Kejriwal had to step down as Chief Minister of Delhi, and that, she's also thankful to the entire leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party that she was first made MLA, then Minister, and now Chief Minister of the state. And this journey, in fact, begins from being an advisor, ex-advisor in the Delhi government's education department. So in the past few years, you have seen a rise of Atishi, but she's being really cautious about how and what she's saying in her first speech, first address in front of the media after getting elected as the new leader of the legislative party, and that she's a chief minister for a brief, and that she's working to ensure Arvind Kejriwal returns as chief minister of Delhi. Back to you.
Well, you're right there, because of course, it came down to administration, it came down to capability, and she's cut out for that, not just because she's been doing it. She already has 14 portfolios, but ultimately it was about loyalty. We'll explain why Arvind Kejriwal thinks that Atishi is extremely loyal and he can trust her implicitly.